Welcome back, oddballs and combat sports fans all around the world, to another episode of Oddass Podcast. Taylor, boy, we have had an exciting week. I'm not even going to talk about it yet. But boy, I'm just so happy to be here with you tonight, brother. How are you doing?
Me too, man. I'm excellent. We've had some awesome interviews this week. We've had some awesome fights last weekend. Had some buddies win their fights to get huge praise, man. And fuck, it's just so awesome, man. They're going to get awesome opportunities from these fights and just killing the game, bro.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. I do know. We've got some good fights going on. Right now, we have Dirty Boxing 4 going on. I've been peeking at that in between interviews and recording. And we've got Karate Combat, UFC. There's some boxing going on. A little Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis is going on. We got all kinds of stuff going on, brother. But first, let's get into this week's recap.
All right, so this was an interesting fight card. We had Cyril Gane versus Tom Aspinall, and it ended with eye pokes.
Yeah, big ones.
Yeah, which is probably would have happened if Aspinall fought John Jones. So it was probably meant to be either way you look at it. But
he can't look at nothing right now.
He can't look at nothing. Apparently, still can't see. It's been almost an entire week, and the man is still having a hard time seeing. So,
yikes!
You gotta do something about the eye pokes, y'all. What the hell?
Yeah. I mean, we've heard from Jim Miller. We've heard from Matt Brown. We've heard from a lot of veterans. Jim Miller never had an eye poke. You know, Matt Brown, I think maybe one ever, you know. They can talk about getting new gloves all they want, but it sounds like just don't open your mother-loving hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, I've heard some interesting takes, but if you'd like, let's save them for when we get to the main event.
Damn right. But this guy, he beat me betting on this card too, just by one. But still, I was just on a steady climb up to the tying you.
But dude, you're still in the race.
It's still a good race. I'm only 4 away. The score is 52-56 right now, so he's not destroying me like he was. I mean, he was beating me by like 7 before, so. I'm getting back up there, but first fight of the night that we bet on was Alexander Rakic versus Azamat Murzakanov. Now, we both picked Murzakanov, so this one didn't really count towards that. And he went out there and did the damn thing. He knocked him out in 3 minutes.
That was a fun fight while it lasted.
That was a very fun fight, as we knew it would be.
Yeah, we figured that was going to be a good one. Knocked him out with a jab.
Yeah.
With a jab, ladies and gentlemen.
That dude's fast, man. He's got some speed on his striking. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was very happy to see that he was calling out Walter Walker as well. So he'd like to give him a run. If he can't get someone in the rankings, he wants Walter Walker. That's an exciting matchup.
That is an exciting matchup.
Being as we can't go over Walter Walker, we didn't bet on him. Did you see where he broke his own leg?
No. No, I heard that he had broke his leg, but I didn't know that he broke his own leg.
Something like that. Or it wasn't like a snapped in half leg, but the bone that he broke, it's like I don't want to sound like an idiot. I can't remember which bone it is, but fibia maybe?
One of those ibias.
It was absolutely in half. I saw the x-ray. Yeah.
4 heel hook submissions in a row.
Yeah, never been done.
That's nuts, bro.
Yeah, it made history. Made it look easy, too.
As he does.
Yeah. Good job, Walter Walker. Honorable mention from UFC.
Yes, sir. Up next, we got Alexander Volkov versus Jailton Almeida. That's the one you got me on, man.
Bro.
You said it. You had a long speech about how Alexander Volkov was going to go out there and knock out Jailton Almeida. Now, he didn't do that. It was a close fight, and honestly, I do think Jailton kind of won. Now, this is actually an interesting conversation for us to have.
Yeah, let's have it.
So, based on what I've seen in judging in the past, laying on top of someone in a dominant position has normally won you fights.
Correct.
And I think now, all of a sudden, the commission has taken a stance against that. For good reason. I'm glad to see it because it's boring to watch. But they did not give Jailton Almeida that same. What's your two fingers?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. The head of the California State Athletic Commission was on Ariel Helwani's show and described that was not going to be the way fights were won anymore.
Oh, so they're setting the precedent now. I mean,
For
I like
damage.
it. I like it, though. I just wish they would have
Now,
had a formal announcement of the change.
Now, here's something. If Jailton would have just landed a few significant strikes,
True.
he would have won that fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not ashamed to say it.
No, you're right.
Volkov was taken down 9 times. Winning a fight, when you see an opponent's been taken down 9 times without the guy that's been taken down knocking that dude out, when do you see that guy winning? Never. It hasn't happened. This is the first real example of get your shit together, wrestlers and grapplers, and let's go for subs, and let's go for some finishing sequences. And if you can't, damage him until the bell rings. And that's what this was. Almeida does have he fixed that cardio, ladies and gentlemen. He did do that. That cardio stood up for 3 rounds.
Sure did.
Volkov, he wasn't giving up, though. And Volkov ended up taking some top positions, man. And, yeah, I mean, Volkov looked good. Almeida looked decent. I'm not even going to say Almeida didn't look good. But, yeah, we're no longer taking none of that laying down on you stuff. Okay?
It was very apparent in the judging in that fight.
I feel silly saying it like that. I do. Top position is not going to win you fights anymore without damage.
I will say, though, it just feels like a little shitty against the, fans that bet on this kind of stuff. Because without a formal announcement of that change in judging, then how are we supposed to bet according to the rules?
So, okay.
Because by 4 weeks ago, Jailton Almeida would have won that fight. But now all of a sudden, which, again, I agree with the rule change. I just wish it was a little more clear because, I would have bet differently.
So on that particular subject right there, it was announced in California by the California State Athletic Commission. It was technically announced on Ariel Helwani's show, which is kind of the hub of, but a lot of people don't listen to Ariel, and that's fine. But, California announced it in California. Most fighting commissions follow those guidelines. So while it wasn't announced worldwide, as in like every commission came out and said, okay, from here on out, this is what is going on. It was announced in California, and then every other commission kind of follows suit with it. But I do agree that they could have made something. Something should have been made of that. I agree.
I mean, do you remember not too long ago when they legalized 12-6 elbows? How they announced it 6 times on the UFC cards for 3 weeks in a row?
Yeah.
None of that happened this time. And I mean, that's all I'm saying. I agree with the rule change. It's just
even the announcers, DC and who were the announcers for this card?
It was Laura Sanko, DC,
Correct.
and John Anik.
Yes. They all 3 seemed a little surprised that Volkov won.
Mm-hmm.
And they all 3 were like, oh, I guess, well, those elbows from the bottom were doing work, but, we haven't seen this. So even they didn't know,
I just hope moving forward we can still depend on that being the case.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Because for my betting sake, I don't really actually bet on this stuff. I don't bet money, but I'm a competitive guy and I want to get these things right.
Correct.
So I want to know what criteria we're going by.
I am a gambling man. Yes.
I'm a rambling man.
I'm a gambler and a rambler.
Trying to make a living.
And a scrambler.
Doing the best I can.
I love eggs.
Up next, we got Umar Nurmagomedov versus Mario Batista.
We both took Umar, right?
We both took Umar. We both got that right.
Yeah, Mario looked good, though.
Mario did look good. I was actually surprised to see that go to a decision. It kind of I don't – who did I say this to? I was saying that I couldn't tell if Umar was making Mario look good or if Mario was making Umar look bad.
Yeah, so here's what I'm sorry.
It was just supposed to be a dominant win, in my opinion, and
Correct.
It wasn't.
Correct. All right, in my opinion, we saw Mario had evolved. from his previous fights, which he was undefeated before this.
Yeah.
But between each fight, you see improvement. In Umar's case, ladies and gentlemen, he did not evolve. He was the same Umar that fought Merab Dvalishvili to a 5-round decision, won the first 2 rounds, and then got dog walked for 3 rounds, practically. And, yeah.
His wrestling was ugly, bro.
Khabib is going to be pretty upset. Khabiba. That's how it's actually said.
Really?
You know that?
Uh-uh.
That's what Umar says. Khabiba. Yep. So Khabiba is going to be very upset with Umar. And when they get back home, I hope that he's drilling him. I know he's drilling him as far as the cardio and the strength and conditioning. But, you know, it's time to level up, bud. If Merab can do it in between fights at 35, I think he is, then Umar's young self, I think at 29 or 30, can flip and do it too. Mm-hmm. Let's get with the program.
Let's get with the program, guys.
But I am happy to see, look, he won the fight, and, you know, I felt like he should have won the fight, so, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he won by unanimous decision, so it wasn't like close. Yeah, I just would have assumed he would have gone out there and mopped the fucking floor with
Correct.
You know?
Correct.
But, yeah, it was a good fight regardless. Up next, we got Verna Jandaroba versus Mackenzie Dern. And Dern did Mackenzie go out there and do the damn thing, bro.
Dude.
She
This is another one of those cases, too. Takedowns in top positions not going to win you these fights.
That's true.
Mackenzie Dern was landing mad elbows from the bottom, bro.
Dude, it was nasty. Mackenzie this was one of the few times where somebody wanted to be on the bottom, and for good reason.
She loved, that was about to sound weird.
You keep doing this, man.
She does love being on the bottom. She does love being on the bottom. Mackenzie Dern is an expert, the highest of levels. Think the highest pedigree you can get in jiu-jitsu, and then think 2 of those. And that's what Mackenzie Dern is in jiu-jitsu. She was already a multi-time jiu-jitsu champion before she got to the UFC. And the executives had to beg her to come to UFC. So, you know, good for her. She better hope that which one do I say first? Xiaonan Yang?
I can't even remember how to say her name. Yan Xiaonan?
Yeah. She better hope that she better hope she doesn't come back. I'm trying to remember it because I've always called her Zhang Wei Li.
Zhang Wei Li.
But it's Wei Li Zhang, right?
Well, her first name is Wei Li, and her last name is Zhang, but they say it Zhang Wei Li. Yeah.
Notes, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Notes.
That's right.
Yeah, she better hope Wei Li doesn't come. I'm just going to call her Wei Li. She better fucking hope Wei Li doesn't come back, bud. Because if Wei Li gets her down there, and she's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go play this bottom position stuff, Wei Li's going to bounce her eyeballs through the back of her skull the way Cyril Gane tried to do to Tom Aspinall.
Yeah, but legally.
Yeah, in a very legal way. It's going to be nasty.
Well, either way, congratulations to Mackenzie Dern, women's strawweight champion. We're very happy to see you as champion. So up next we got Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane, and this was a heartbreaker right here. I didn't like this at all. I do have to say though, Cyril Gane looked damn good until he tried to cheat and take Tom Aspinall's eyes out.
Yeah,
tried to Mike Tyson him.
All right, I've got a couple takes on this. All right,
take it away.
We've been on the internet. We've seen the bullshit hate that people are putting out there. A lot of people are doing it because of betting. They had money. Cyril Gane was a huge underdog going into this. There was no reason for him to be that huge underdog. And they saw an opportunity. And then it was a no contest. So you don't get paid. Furthermore, you had the John Jones fans that automatically went over to Cyril Gane because he's fighting Tom Aspinall. Right? And those guys hate Tom. So you just had a whole bunch of hate coming out as soon as this match was happening. Professional fighters, people that live in their mom's basement, amateur tattoo artists. I mean, everybody was hating on old Big Tom. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. It was a close fight. Look at these numbers. 27 total strikes to 30 total strikes. 27 significant strikes to 30 significant strikes. That's crazy because they're the exact same. You see how that's 27 total strikes?
Yep.
That means both these guys had like almost 100% accuracy. That's insane. Big Tom had 14 significant strikes to the head, while Cyril had 8. Big Tom had 5 significant strikes to the body. Cyril had 9. Big Tom had 8 significant strikes to the legs, and Cyril had 13. Neither man took the other one down. There was 0 amounts of control time. My question to you, Taylor, do you think that just watching one round of an MMA fight, that round, do you think after watching that round you could predict the rest of that fight?
No.
Me either.
No. But,
exactly.
No, but I will say,
I thought Cyril Gane was winning.
I will say if Cyril Gane shows up like that mentally, that fight could go the whole way.
Yeah.
If he shows up mentally like he showed up to some of his other fights, Tom Aspinall's putting him out in the first round.
So here's another thing, though. Here's another thing leading into the fight week. Tom Aspinall's dad was talking about this isn't going to end in the first round. We want Tom to get into, at bare minimum, the second round. When Cyril busted Tom's nose wide ass open, Tom was laughing. He was smiling. He was having a good time. It seemed almost as if he had something up his sleeve, per se. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And Cyril Gane was fighting his ass off. Tom Aspinall looked like he was fighting his ass off, but it's just, we got to run it back and find out for sure. But one thing's for certain, that was not a 10-8 round like everyone's making this out to be.
No.
Everyone's making it out to be online, that this was some crazy round, that Cyril Gane was dog walking the shit out of Tom Aspinall. It's just simply not the case.
The only damn way that was a 10-8 round is if they took a point from Cyril Gane and it kept going.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He poked him multiple times, too. At 3 minutes and 11 seconds, Tom shoots for a takedown. I'm going to copy this one straight from MMA Guru. So there's a cited source, ladies and gentlemen. On the MMA Guru show, he shows at 3 minutes 11 seconds, Tom shoots and Cyril reaches out and grabs the head. Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson was trying to somewhat, he wasn't like, oh, Cyril Gane, blah, blah, blah. But he was like, hey, look, it's technique that when you go to kick, you stick your hand out there and you do this. Tom was shooting for takedowns. Cyril wasn't kicking. And also, it was to block the takedown.
That's a stupid excuse because you can still do that with a closed fist.
Correct. Well, but I'm just saying he does got a point that when you go to, let's say you go to Thailand and you're going to go to train Muay Thai, they train you to open your hand. That way you can block or catch, your opponent's incoming attacks while you're doing this, or even block the sight so they don't see the kick coming. I mean, there's multiple various different ways, but I do agree with you. This is a different sport. It's not Muay Thai.
Yeah, I was going to say, that might work in Muay Thai, but you're just getting them no contests in the damn UFC.
Yeah, at the main event. Heavyweight title fight. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Nasruddin Imavov does the same thing.
Yeah, he does.
They're in the
French.
Same camp.
It's the French striking, bro. Must be. They must teach him to do that.
And why wouldn't they? They don't get a point taken away immediately.
Dude, they got to be stricter about that, bro. They got to immediately, bro. There's no excuse.
Okay. If you're in basketball and you run over your opponent, that's a foul.
Yeah.
If you step out of bounds, that's a foul. If you're playing football and you grab a face mask, that's a foul. If you commit a pass interference, that's a foul.
Yeah, there's no more, hey, don't foul again.
No. Oh, hey, it was accidental, guys. It was accidental. Okay, you ready? Okay, okay, let's go. No. There's a point taken. There's yards lost. There's free throws happening. Okay? There's a price to pay for these things. We need that in MMA.
I agree.
We need that in MMA. A couple weeks ago, we jumped down the refs' throats. This card, the refs were great. Remember the 2 points they took? Right off the rip of this card. They took a point for a fence grab and a change of position or lack thereof.
Yep.
And then the other one, I believe, was an eye poke. Took the point immediately.
Mm-hmm.
What happens here? They tell Tom that he's got to continue fighting, or that it should have been a disqualification on Cyril Gahn. It should have been. And I thought Cyril Gahn was winning that round so far. I thought Cyril Gahn was winning that round. But if you do the crime, you got to do the time, brother. Lock them up. You know? Lock them up. You know?
Oh, I know.
That was kind of my, and I derived a lot of that from other that assessment right there that lasts like 2 minutes from MMA Guru and Ariel Helwani's show. But I mean, it's not hard to come up with these assessments either. You know, it's legit. It's easy to think. Let's just put it that way.
For sure. For sure.
Well, guys, we have a wonderful interview coming up. Friend of the show, dare I say, Odd Mob.
Get down.
Get on up. James, get down, Brown.
All right, I think we got it.
Go!
Come on, guys. What's up, guys?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Man, welcome home. Welcome back. James Brown.
Yeah.
His nickname might be Get Down, but he got on up in those rankings. How are you feeling, brother?
Hey, man, I feel good, bro. Oh, man, I feel like you guys were trying to make me say that, though.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I feel good. I feel good.
A little bit. Man, how did everything go, brother? How was traveling over to Rome, Italy? How was the weight cut? Tell us the whole process, bro. We're so excited to hear about this.
All right, so traveling wasn't bad. Oh, all right, I'll take that back. Traveling was a little bit bad because I'm so tall, man. I was in the middle seat and
Damn.
whew, 9.5 hours there. It was not bad on the way there because I was chilling. I was excited, you know. Um, I got there, and I stayed at the Sheraton Hotel the first night because they didn't have room over at the Hilton. But then the second night, I got over to the Hilton, and man, that was like the nicest building I've ever been in. It was super nice.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I opened my room door and the curtains just opened and everything. I was like, dang, bro, this is super sweet. Um, but yeah, I get there, I'm greeted. The first person I see is Gabriel. He welcomed me, he shook my hand, he let me know if I needed anything, just to ask him and he'd get it done. So they treated me like super, super kingish, man, you know. But I didn't get to see my opponent at all when I first got there. So we were just chilling, trying to get acclimated a little bit. But then we get the weigh-ins. Not the weigh-ins, we do the face-offs. Yeah, so we do those face-offs and stuff, and then cutting weight was super easy. I cut weight Wednesday, I cut weight Thursday. I woke up in the morning, 146.8, went in the sauna for 20 minutes. That was it. Weighed in at 144.8, and I was feeling good. It was super easy weight cut. Uh, but no, now is when we get to the face-off. I apologize. And I finally get to see him. We all like get together in the lobby and we walk over to the venue together for the face-off. So that was like the first time I really got to see him and like size him up a little bit. He didn't look like very short, but obviously, you know, he fights shorter in the lower stance. But he looked like super big and super strong. I was like, man, this dude is the Hulk out here. Old scrawny me, got to fight this guy. But so we get to the face-offs. I finally get to meet him face to face. Conor McGregor rolls up. You know, that's a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
But when they announced us, Conor was like super excited for us. Like, you know, they post on Instagram this one being like one of those fights that was going to be one of the good fights. So Conor was super excited for us. I got to meet him, shake his hand and stuff. But immediately I could see like he wasn't like himself. I watched like every video I could possibly find on this guy. 2 hours, 2 minutes, 3 seconds. It didn't matter. I watched the video almost to the point where I felt like I knew him. So when I saw him and he wasn't acting like himself, I was like, okay, I think he's kind of nervous. And so that made me a little less nervous. Um,
Yeah.
so after that, uh, it's fight day. We go to bed, wake up. Well, actually, we don't go to bed. So I never got acclimated to their time. I slept all day and we stayed up all night. Um, but so we slept after the weigh-ins. I rehydrated, woke up, and the next day we did a little shakeout. I ran, did my mitts, whatever we had to do, and went to the venue and chilled, watched the fights, and it was my time. And so freaking Trinidad, man, he kept the vibes in the weight room just super chill, man. We were lit in there. He was cooling, watching him do his mitts and stuff. I was super motivated. He was like, "Yo, bro, you know, these guys got to come to us. We about to knock
Yeah.
these dudes out red corner all day, you know." So I was hyped. I went out there, um, did my walkout. I was loose. I wasn't nervous or anything. Felt like I was at home. I had Dre and Larry in my corner. Connor, I felt like I've known him for forever. So him being out there was super comfortable for me. And Tony Loco Soto, I freaking ran into him at breakfast. We chatted it up, and so he was in the crowd. So I felt like I was at home. They were, this was like the biggest arena I've ever been in. There were like seats, and then there were more seats, and then more seats. I was like, man, this is crazy. But the crowd showed me love. They loved my song. Everybody was like, bro, you had the best song. This was super awesome. Man, you got the moves. So, they were making me feel comfy. I get out there, and immediately I'm like, all right, this dude is backing up as soon as the bell rings. I gotta push forward, but I want to push forward too much because this guy is
Yeah.
dangerous. He's been, tearing through people. He's 6-0. But 10 seconds in, immediately, Tony Loco Soto from the crowd. Take your time, take your time. So I just chill back. Went right back to the game plan immediately and just started chilling back. The crowd started booing. I'm fainting at him, and he's just like turning. I'm like, if I would have threw that punch, he literally would have dodged it. Oh man,
Mm.
this is crazy. Every little micro movement that I made, he reacted to it, and like he saw it immediately. And he's like antagonizing me. He's like, come on, brother, come on. I'm like, no, man, I'm just gonna stay back
Nah,
here.
man,
I'm
you
gonna
gotta
chill.
come to me. You gotta come to me.
Yeah, you gotta come to me, man. So that's what I did first round. I just chill back, and then like 30 seconds left, I throw a combination. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna let something go. I throw, and he dodges both of them, and he smirks at me on the way up. But I can tell he's pulled already. He's in his pull position. So I threw again, my favorite combo, 2-3, and then the 1-2. I threw the 1-2, and the two caught him, bang, right on the chin, and he stumbled and went off balance. I threw another punch directly at the chin. It just missed him, and one more punch that just grazed his shoulder and missed his chin. I was on point, guys. I was on super point. I mean, this is the best I've ever been. But he went down, and Andrew Glenn was like, nope, no knockdown, slip. It was his angle because he was right behind me over here. I was like, whoa, I protested for a second, but then right back to work. I start fainting him again and stuff, and we're going, and then the bell rings. And, all right, get back to my corner. Coach Gray say, all right, just keep doing what you're doing. And I get back out there. Get back out there again, and he's still antagonizing me. He's like, come on, come on. I'm like, no, every movement I make, he's there. But he starts pushing forward a little bit on me this time. So I kind of, use a little bit of James Brown smooth footwork and get out of there. And then I start pushing forward again. He hits me with like a two to the body, and he throws a couple more punches that miss, but it kind of hit my shoulder area and stuff. And so I felt like he's up on points, and I got to go get him. So I think I land a two. It kind of splits him a little bit. I didn't land much, but I still felt like I was up. So we get through round two. We're okay. I get back to the corner. Coach Ray's like, how do you feel? How does he feel? Is he strong? I'm like, yeah, but I can't find him. I'm trying to throw punches, and he's like just everywhere. Coach Ray's like, don't matter. Just take your time. Eventually, we going to find him. And I went back out there. No, he told me, he said, you got to throw 2 to 3 punches. You can't just throw one, James. Throw 2 to 3. You got to trust it. I just need you to brawl from your range. I'm like, okay, we're going to do that. So I get back out there. Immediately, the first thing I throw is a 2. Tony Loco's like, yup, do it again. I'm like, all right, that's what I need to do. Start throwing him again, and he starts pushing forward. I catch him with a check hook. And they wobbled him. I was like, oh, finally, I got something. But the entire time I was there, everybody kept telling me he lacked heart. Everybody in the UK, I'm not going to name specific names, but they were like, yeah, he's good, but he doesn't have any heart. And that's what it takes here in bare knuckles. You got to have some heart. And so I was like, okay, but I'm not going to underestimate this guy, you know. But I tracked him and he was still there. He threw 2 punches. Boom, boom. I was like, whoa, I tried to throw an uppercut and he throws a overhand that hit me in my shoulder right here and it's still sore to this day. The only thing that I can feel
Dang.
just went through my beard and hit boom. It kind of looked like he hit me from everyone's perspective, but he didn't catch me. So I start backing up a little bit. Uh, and we get out of round 3. Close call. That could have been flatline right there. Round 4 comes up. Same thing. I come out there and I'm ready. But round 4 is, like I told you guys, where I really start to work. I'm going to start trying to push you away here. So I go out there and I start trying to put him away. Same thing. I'm feinting him. He's still like antagonizing me, like, come on, come on. And I land a jab as he comes in with his overhand. I landed it right on the eye with his last 2 knuckles here. And I can see him. He said the F word. And I knew he couldn't see anything. And so I blitz him. I miss all my punches, but then I see like Conor McGregor's little boy, he's screaming like, yeah. And so I'm like, okay, I gotta finish this guy.
Yeah.
And Conor, the entire time, while the crowd's booing me and stuff in round 2, Conor's like, go get him, throw some punches, get him. And so I'm like literally grunting, like I'm grunting at him because I want to go get him, but I know if I go get him, my coach is gonna be super mad at me, so I don't go get him. But now I'm going to get him because it's round 4.
Yeah.
He can't see anything. I can literally see the blood in his eyes, and he's looking at me, but he's not looking. He's not seeing me. I know he can't see me, and I'm in his face. I hit him with a what I call a twisting jab over the shoulder. Bang! It cracks him. He wobbles and he moves again. I'm my bad. Let me calm down, guys. I'm
Nah,
getting
dude, don't calm down, bro. Don't calm down, bro.
um but I'm on him. I'm on him again, and I just every movement he makes, I'm on him. He throws, and he like almost like is facing the ropes. He throws so hard because he missed. I'm just jumping back every time, and I hit him with another jab. Dang, super hard. He stumbles against the ropes, and he peels out again. And I growl at him again, like because I'm gonna go. But when I growled, I had a flashback to me watching him fight his last 2 fights. The guy that was wearing the white shoes and the other guy, they were like screaming at him because they were angry that they couldn't get to him. And I had a flashback. I was like, man, I'm not like those guys. I got to stay disciplined. So I didn't go, but I still stayed like in his face. And then as soon as I'm about to throw again, bing, the bell rings. I'm like, all right, round 5, we got to get this done. So I get back to the corner. Coach Dre's like, you're doing good. You're getting a little bit too close, though. I need you to stay back and brawl at your range. I'm like, if I stay back there, I can't get him. He's gonna dodge everything. I gotta get a little bit close. I know that's, the danger zone, but I gotta be there if I want to finish this fight. He's like, okay, well, just do what you gotta do. Let's get it done. We're in Rome. I don't want you to go to the judges. I'm like, yes, sir. Let's get it done. Larry's like, oh no, they're waving it off, and I turn around, and his corner has seen enough, man. I was like, I was super excited, but at the same time, I wasn't satisfied because I felt like we like had just got into the fight. We had just started landing punches on each other, and I wanted more. But when I walked up to him and showed him his respect, he was like, "Bro, I just can't see, man. The blood is in both of my eyes." And I was like, "Yes, sir, respect." And I thanked his corner and everything, and they were very grateful towards me. They respect me a lot, um, and I respect Chapman a lot, man. Freaking everybody was telling me he lacked heart, but there was never ever a time in that fight where he wasn't trying to get back at me. It was just the blood in the eyes, honestly. He was there to fight. But yeah, that was it, man. Connor really, really enjoyed the fight. It was a little boring, but to an average person, it was boring.
Yeah, I was about to
But
say,
if
I
you're
don't
my
think it was
colleagues,
boring.
you
I,
know,
I, I think it was a very technical, advanced striking bout. That's what I think it
right.
was. Old boy
I
was
believe
trying
just
to
the average
crack your
person.
code and couldn't.
Yeah. Go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, no, no. I'm just saying that it. All right, so I watched it live. Okay,
Hmm.
I'm gonna drop a couple keynotes. For one,
All right.
when the ref didn't call the knockdown in between rounds, I don't know if you went back and watched or heard from any officials. The ringside officials did the review and they counted it as a knockdown. That was legit. And it wasn't not I was screaming at my phone, dude. I was like, what the F do you mean that's not a knockdown? It's clearly a knockdown. What are you doing, ref? The fight goes on. It's just like you're talking about. Uh, but it just seemed like he was getting frustrated out there. And I didn't know that he was egging you on, but I could see it in your face that you were like, nah, dude, nah, I'm not, you got to come to me, bro. You got to come to Big Papa. And yeah, man, it
Yes,
was
sir.
exciting. I loved it.
And it was super exciting. I learned a lot being in front of that guy, and I appreciate him for that, man. It was my best fight so far, not uh to the crowd, but as a martial artist and someone who's learning and wants to get better, that was definitely my best fight so far. I spent a lot of time in there and I was the most present in this fight. I was in the moment. Wasn't a time where my heart was racing. I wasn't panicking. Everything was I was just there, man. It was so awesome to be there. Just I felt comfortable in all of my fights. I want to say past like my 11th pro fight. I've been comfortable and I never get nervous before my fights. And it's just another day in the office for me. But this time it was very, very different. I didn't feel any pressure of the crowd or anything. Um, I didn't feel any pressure from my opponent. I feel like maybe the way I prepared for this fight made me just, I don't know, I was fearless, but not fearless like how I was fearless when I fought Howard Davis because I wasn't reckless this time. I was fearless, but I was still smart. I was still being a technician. It was awesome.
Let me ask you, what, just to kind of piggyback on that. So they kept saying you were undefeated. What's up with that?
So I am undefeated in the featherweight division. I think that's what they were
That's
going
what
at,
they're
but they were just
saying.
making it sound good for the Italy crowd because it was
Correct,
it was
Gotcha.
correct.
such a big fight and stuff. Yeah, but I definitely still have that loss, and I need that loss. I want that loss.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yes,
That
sir.
fuel, that hunger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. So,
So real quick, my bad. So
no, go
let's
ahead.
just
Go ahead.
so let's say I get the Kai fight, right? I get the belt. The ultimate the next thing that there would be just a Howard Davis rematch, and I win that. And then there's a trilogy fight that just makes it even bigger. That's like bare knuckle history. That would be so awesome. My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt
Nah,
this
bro.
stuff,
Hey,
but
we're
that would
speculating.
be
This
that
is
would
the
be bare knuckle
speculative
history,
hour,
man.
bro.
We love it.
Yeah, dude. This is
Yes,
so
sir.
sick. Yeah. So, okay. Okay. Kai's been a little quiet about your fight. I haven't seen him posting
Oh yeah.
nothing about it. I haven't,
He said one little thing,
Mm-mm.
um, and that was it. It was I think he understands that if we fight, that he has to lose his belt. And it kind of makes me feel bad because the kid is only 25, but this is a man's sport. And ain't no crybabies at the man's table, like Mike Perry says.
Hey, that's exactly what Platinum said, dude.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
so a couple things worth mentioning. For one, uh, Tony Soto. That was my first BKFC event I ever went and watched. Was here in Columbia, South Carolina. I saw him and I saw Keith Richards. We're going to be interviewing Keith Richards later on in November. I'm trying to get Tony as well, but Tony's a cool ass dude, really. So I can believe he was ringside, like, yeah, get this, mother lover, because he was
Oh
cool.
yeah.
And then for two, we interviewed Carlos Trinidad Snake, and he seemed like a real cool dude. When you're in that locker room and he's vibing out? Are you guys listening to music? Obviously, he's giving you pep talks, and you guys are kind of giving each other friendly banter back and forth. What's that moment like when like your team's in there, his team's in there? Is anyone else in there? What's going on in there, bro?
Yeah, we had a so locker rooms can be different sometimes. Sometimes you get a locker room depending on if you're co-main event or something, you get a locker room by yourself. Um, Main event definitely you get a locker room by yourself. But when you're like on the prelims and stuff, then you have a locker room with everybody. You share a locker room with like half of the red corner, and then the other half of the red corner is in another area. So there's like more room for you guys to work out and stuff. But I had I had probably like 7 guys in my corner. It was a lot of us. So you get to see how everyone prepares and what their pre-fight rituals are. And my corner, the red corner, we were, the corner that was going off all night. We always root for each other's corners in the back. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you're in the blue corner, you're rooting for all the blue corner, and if you're in the red corner, you're rooting for all the red corner. Obviously, unless you have a buddy over there in the blue corner or something, but usually if you have a buddy, you guys are teammates and you guys are in the same corner.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but so us as the red corner, we were going off that night. So we get to see people who are debuting, who don't really know much about bare knuckle, asking questions and stuff in the roll meet, and it's a little bit funny and stuff. And then you get to see more experienced guys like us, like asking if you can punch the hands and stuff, and like really technical questions and stuff like that. But the vibes in the red corner this time, we were mostly like super chill. Everyone was like seemed like they had been there before, and they were all warriors and just relaxing and chilling until it was time to warm up and stuff. And then everybody was hitting mitts, and Trinidad, he's got his music blaring, everybody's vibing to his music. Um, they've got it's not like in America. In America, they're not letting you eat sandwiches and stuff. Whenever you get back into the corner, you can't have anything but water, and maybe they have some fruit for you, but they had sandwiches and
She,
stuff back there for the fighters. Yeah, man, it was pretty cool.
heck
Um,
yeah.
but the intensity of these guys when they're on deck and they know their fight's about to come up, and to see them prep themselves in the way they like just completely turn into a different person when it's about that time. It's surreal, man. You're like, man, I'm about to be that guy here in a
Yup.
second. I'm about to lock in, and I'm gonna be a completely different person than I just was. Um, but those guys were really, really awesome. Like even when I was cutting weight, we had a little mishap where I saw this guy take some water into the room, and the guy that was guarding the door wouldn't let me get some water. It was cool though. I went and sat back down, and the guy that fought Hepe, I don't know his name, but he was like, "Ain't let you get water." I was like, "Nah, man, it's cool though." He literally got up and went and got me 2 bottles of water, and so like we were all taking care of each other. I mean, they were more taking care of me because I was a guest there. But it's super cool, man, to be around like individuals that all do the same stuff. It's really awesome.
Hell yeah, man. So, your next fight, do you envision it being Kai, or do you envision it being a number one contenders match, a bona fide? What do you see happening?
So I see my next fight being Kai
Yeah.
personally because I've done everything that I should have to get to that position. But from a business standpoint, I don't feel like they would make that fight just yet. Um, for one, Kai has a lot more, I don't want to say clout, but he has a lot more followers and stuff that I do on social media. Um, I'm not sure where Plazola is in that area, but that's not a guy that's gonna beat Kai.
Yeah.
Kai's just gonna clinch him, wear him down, and have his way with him. They know I'm gonna beat Kai if I fight him. It's my coach is Derek Brunson. There's no way he's gonna out wrestle me in a striking match. It's just not gonna happen. Two, if you come forward versus me, it's gonna be a fight. That I mean, that's just what it is because I'm not gonna just back away from you. And if I am backing away from you, I'm still doing damage. But he's never been cut, touched, or anything like that the way that I'm gonna do him. It's gonna be a first time experience for him. It's not gonna be a good experience. So I don't think that's a fight that the BKFC would want to make at the moment until I build more popularity. But me being a champion would build popularity. One, two, me being a champion would elevate the division. I elevate everyone who I fight. If we look at Bovar, he fought me and then he fought Ruben War and jabbed the freak out of his face. He even said to the commentators, 70% of my punches are going to be jabs. Who inspired that? Had to be James Brown. Howard
Right.
Davis. He fights Kai. He looks okay. He fights James Brown. He looks phenomenal. Why? Because he didn't know if he was going to win that fight or not. He trained his ass off to fight me, and then we get to see Howard Davis in the Southpaw. Who inspired that? That was James Brown. I elevate the division. I make people better, and I will bring more competition to the BKFC. I feel like I would make the featherweight division even better than it is right now, for sure.
Absolutely,
So to
bro.
me, it would be smart.
Absolutely, bro. I actually can foresee you fighting Kai next. I really can. I really can, man. And I actually think that maybe they're putting a little more stock into you than maybe you might be letting on to, bro. I really do. I mean, they were really banking on your opponent to do something nasty to you. Let's just call it what it is. They were really banking on it. You stubbed that out like an old cigarette in an ashtray, brother. You know what I mean? I mean, you put that fire out, dude. You tend to get, I wouldn't even call it rewarded. I don't even like to say deserved, but it's kind of like you earned it. You know what I mean? That's what it is, dude. And you get McGregor up there talking some mess about you in the, in those kinds of meetings. And yeah, I think you can, if Kai can get out of this next bout pretty much unharmed, I think you got a good shot at getting that thing faster than you think, bro. That's just my opinion, obviously.
McGregor really seemed to enjoy the fight. I
Yeah.
literally just did a post today, and that he commented on my post. It's crazy, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so I
Hey,
do feel like I'm in the right direction.
when you're the Wolverine, dog, you put them knuckles to ass, baby. You know what I mean? You gonna have folks like that tuning in, bro. You should be proud. You really should, man. You really should. And we're proud of you, dude.
Yeah, man.
Very.
Thank you guys.
Nah, dude, seriously, man. I was watching that fight in the woods screaming, dude. When you won the fight, I was dancing around in the woods, clapping, skipping, yelling, just getting down. The dog thought that I'd hurt myself or something. He was looking at me like, "Pops, are you good?" And it's like, "Yeah, dude, you don't even know. I've
Guys, from
never
the
been
ants
better."
in your pants.
Yeah, dude, for real. Well, hey, look,
Man,
man,
but
I'm gonna give you
honestly,
one. Do what?
no, I was just gonna say honestly, I it wasn't very satisfying for me. I'm unscathed. I put in so much work in the gym, and I'm ready to go again, man. I don't care who it is. I'm just ready to go. I don't want to wait a whole 7 months uh, to have another fight. I'm freaking. If I can just say one quick thing, freaking, you wouldn't guess who was in my inbox after this, after 2 years of me calling them out, and then yeah, now you want to be in my inbox. Brandon Allen hit me up talking about something. He want to throw down, so I'm down to throw down with him too. If you want to get down, we get down, Brown. That's
Dang.
listen. It's not fair. I got guys like AJ Fry, Nakia Stokes. I got really big guys that I train with, and I've got really small guys that I train with. But if you're really big and you know how AJ moves, you know how Nakia moves. These guys move like lightweights.
Yeah.
There's no way a short guy like Dan Chapman, Nico Gaffey, Brandon Allen, nobody under 5'10" is gonna touch me, man. It's not even fair. That's what it felt like to me was that it just wasn't fair for me to fight someone that's so small.
Need to change your name to Cheat Code.
Yeah, man. I
You
can tell you
know?
what was a cheat code was Tony Loco Soto literally like 20 feet away from me, like just keeping me in check the entire time. I mean, he's just literally saying the same thing my coaches are saying, but I've got it from both sides now. And not only that, but him being a high level martial artist, when he says something, he understands that Dan Chapman can hear him saying it also.
Yes.
And so that was cheating, man. That was crazy.
Hey, shout out Tony. You need to get your behind on the daggum Oddass podcast. What you need to do, Tony.
Yeah.
Been messaging you.
Tony's cool, man.
Nah, Tony's cool, man. I literally went to I can't remember which numbered event it was, but it was a numbered event that they did here in Columbia, South Carolina. I went to it for him and Keith Richards. You know,
Yeah.
that was it. But I mean, the whole card was super good. But all right. So I asked Carlos Trinidad Snake this.
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to be repetitive on the podcast, but this is the Odd Ass Podcast, baby. We got to throw a weird one out there. I got a bit of a
All right.
backstory, and then I've got a question. In the
Okay.
70s, two hitchhikers in Italy reported seeing a UFO. They didn't know it was a UFO. A flashing light come out of the sky, and it darted towards them. They break off, and one runs this way, and one runs this way. The other guy turns around and sees the light take his buddy. He runs into town, and he's telling everyone thinks he's crazy. A couple days later, homie comes just walking into town, and they're about to persecute Buddy. He's about to get some jail time or something, stoned to death or something. Who knows? And he comes stumbling into town. They're like, "Yo, what happened?" He's like, "Yo, the light came and got me, and these fools took me up into space, and then brought me back down home. I don't know what happened in between, but something happened, and he didn't know. So they let Buddy off the hook, and he was all good and stuff. The question I've got for you, Mr. James Get Down Brown, if one of these flashing lights came down and tried to get a hold to you in Rome, Italy, and that little green man got out of that flashing light and come over there to get you, what was you doing to him, James?
I had to feed him these Wolverine claws, man. Oh, I was gonna have
Jeez.
to do something.
That's
I
right.
was I was ripping eyes out of sockets. But if it had eyes, that would be the first thing that I go for is its eyes.
He might not got no eyes, bruh.
Yeah, if he don't have no eyes, then the John Jones special move is not gonna work. Um, so I guess I guess I'm gonna just be taken, man.
Heck yeah, brother. Well, listen, congratulations, man. Why don't you shout out those sponsors, bro? Tell them how you feel. Tell them you love them.
All right. So we gotta start with Brunson's MMA. That's where
Shout out.
I've grown. That's my home. Forever will be my home. Um, and to all of those guys there, shout out Lightning Labor Construction LLC, my platinum sponsor. They're the ones who helped me grind really through training camp and have enough for cryotherapy and therapists, not therapists, my bad. Um, y'all know all the recovery stuff, man, not the
Hey, it's been a
therapist. So,
long week,
um,
James. Been a long week, baby. It's
shout out
okay.
above all Arbor. They keep the city nice and green. They do stumps and they cut down trees and everything else. Shout out Red Dog Studios. I apologize to you guys that I didn't get to walk out to you guys' walkout song, but my communication was nothing when I got to Italy because I didn't get a SIM card or something that I was supposed to do. It's my first time. My bad. We'll get that worked out for next time. Shout out Fort City Boxing because I went over there for a lot of sparring. And yeah,
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Yes,
Hey, well,
sir.
let's give it to him one more time, bro.
Mr. James Brown,
thank
that is
you
a
guys.
kick-ass jacket you got on there too, by the way.
Yes, sir. They hooked me up with a little sweatsuit, you know.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, they make one of them in
Got me
5X.
clean over there.
No.
And I don't know if they had
I'm
enough
just big. I'm just
material for
big.
that, man.
Hey, I'm big, bro. I ain't that damn big. I was just trying to be funny.
I
Hey.
know.
Congratulations, brother. We fucking love you. We're proud of you. And you know what to do, bro. If you ever want to, this is your house. This is your house,
sir.
James. Anytime.
Yes,
Anytime,
sir.
bro. Hit us up.
Yes, sir. I'll be hitting you guys up soon because hopefully I get that title fight. So
Let's
we'll
go.
have some stuff to talk about.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go.
Let's do it.
Hey,
Yeah.
one more time. Hey, thanks
Hey, what
for
up,
coming
man?
on. It's super late, and you're a real one for that, brother. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Hey, no problem. Anytime. Just like you guys said, anytime y'all want to talk about something, hit me up.
Heck
Right
yeah.
on.
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, brother. Well, you take care. Thank you, James.
You too. Thank you guys. Peace.
Hey.
Damn, dude. I
Give
just
him
love
another one,
love that guy, man. James Brown, you are the man.
That dude is the shiznit.
The shiznit.
The Wolverine, you know?
The Wolverine, man.
I mean, he puts claws to faces.
He gets down, and he's the Wolverine.
Yep.
2 nicknames.
Man, we got all kinds of stuff going on this weekend. We got DBX4 going on right now, so we won't cover that. But we also have Karate Combat going on Saturday. Do we got a time on here, Mr. Taylor Deming?
I do. We got a time. Let me just go ahead and check to see what they say.
6:00 p.m. Friday night. This is live and free on YouTube. It's Karate Combat 57, ladies and gentlemen, going down in Miami, Florida. It's Khamzat versus Weathersby. You've got a nice card here, guys. If you've never seen Karate Combat, they fight in a pit about I don't know the dimensions, but it's a huge pit with walls that are angled at 45 degrees so that you can run off the walls. You can hit the famous Anthony Pettis kicks, Showtime kicks if you want. You do all kinds of stuff. Karate Combat's a really slick organization. If you haven't checked it out, you probably should. This would be the card to do it, being as it is fairly star-studded. We have the return of Damir Ismagulov as he's fighting Biloxi, Mississippi's Tyler Hill. That is going to be a spectacular bout, ladies and gentlemen. Both men are strikers of the highest degree. Damir, although getting up in age, has bombs for hands, and we can't wait to see what he does with those. We have Violent Bob Ross, Luis Pena, taking on Rafael Alves. I don't think we need to tell you anything about that. Luis Pena coming off of a solid split decision win and against Kama Worthy. Rafael Alves, I'm not really sure what he's been up to, but I mean, he's a walking legend. We all know that dude. We have the return of Uriah Hall fighting Marcus Perez. Boy, buckle up for that one. Don't take any pee breaks. Don't be surfing through the telephone or the interwebs, folks. That's going to be a great one. And then for your main event, we have, I'm probably going to butcher the Russian's first name, but we have Elias Khamzat taking on Adrian Weathersby right out of Fayetteville, Georgia. That's home team we're going to represent, and we're going to pull for Adrian tomorrow in the main event.
Yes, sir.
Karate Combat. I'm excited for that, man. It's free. It's live on YouTube. It's Halloween, sure, but I mean, listen, if you don't got kids, check it out. If you want something playing while you're following the kids around, turn that on, man. Check it out. It's going to be a good time. I'll be tuning in.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah. We also have UFC coming up, Taylor.
We do have UFC coming up. Before we get to that, though, I do want to mention BKFC 83 did just happen, and our boy James Brown went out and did the thing, and also our boy Carlos Trinidad Snake went out and did the damn thing in Rome, Italy. So
2 finishes.
Yeah, y'all go watch them highlights, man.
Yeah, check those guys out. Give them a follow. Check out all their socials: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the works, fellas and felines. give them a little subscribe, follow, like, and comment action.
Yeah.
We also got Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul. Who do you think's winning that?
I mean Jake Paul, because it's probably written into the rules.
Yeah. Okay.
That's just me.
You think they're gonna let him?
Dude, I think Jake Paul will be 100 years old and he'll be 160-0, bro.
Yeah.
I think he'll just be doing this his whole life now.
You think so?
But I think when he's older, he's gonna start fighting like teenagers. So when he's like 60 or 7, he's going to fight a 12-year-old. And so it's going to be like reverse, Yeah. Right now he's young fighting old guys, but when he gets old, he's going to fight like extra young guys.
I'm tripping, bro. It's the press conference. Their fight's November 14th. I just had to double check that because I was like, dude, I don't know if that's accurate information or not. The press conference was today or yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my bad.
It's all good, dog.
I'm sorry, folks. I'm only human. Yep. So, why don't you tell the folks about what we got going on this weekend, Taylor?
This weekend?
Yeah.
This weekend right here.
The one we're going into.
All right, so this weekend right here, the one we're talking about, we got a UFC fight night with Garcia versus Onama. And that's going to be at the Apex in Las Vegas. And, it's not the most bang-up, drag-out card in the world, but it's a bunch of up-and-coming dudes who I'm excited to see make their way through their divisions. So, yeah. Let's get started with the first.
That was a great way to describe it.
Thank you so much, Jason. Let's get started with this first main event fight. Alan Nascimento versus Cody Durden.
I thought that dude got cut.
I thought he did too. I think there's a big dude with a last name like that, and I think he got cut.
No, I'm saying I thought Cody Durden got cut.
Yeah. Okay, I thought I saw that too. I thought that was posted. Who you got on this one, bro?
I'm taking Nascimento.
I'm also taking Nascimento.
Yeah. Taking the Brazilian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much about him. Cody Durden's a wrestler. He's got paws. He can be a bit chinny, but he's also got heart, it seems like. He just how do I say this without sounding like a cocksucker? He's just not good enough. Still sound like a dickhead.
Yeah, still a little bit. It's the game. It's what we do here. Up next, we got Charles Radke versus Daniel Frunza.
You go first.
Charles Radke.
Dang, boy.
Give me old blood brother pride.
Yeah, I was thinking about Frunza, or however you say his name. Charles Radke's pretty okay, though.
Pretty big fella.
Just for the sanctity of the podcast, give me Frunza.
All right, I'm getting a point back. I love it. All right, so you heard it here. I got Charles Radke. He has Daniel Frunza. So Up next, we got Isaac Dolgarian versus Yadier Del Valle. And I'm always excited to see Isaac Dolgarian get in there and knock somebody out.
Count me in.
Yes, sir. So we both got Dolgarian in this one. He's a minus 250 favorite. I'm not sure who Yadier Del Valle is, but he is undefeated, so he's someone to look out for.
Is he filling in on short notice?
Bro,
that boy fighting out of Cuba, too, boy. You know he gonna have hands. Oh, shit.
For shiz.
Dude, he's gonna have straight up Cuban missiles in both hands. It's gonna be the Cuban Missiles Crisis on Isaac Dolgarian. What do you think?
I think Isaac Dolgarian's knocking his ass out, brother.
I mean, I'm gonna ride with him. Me too. I've never seen this guy fight. That's the only
Me neither.
thing.
But I have seen Bulgarian fight, and he impressed the hell out of me. So I'm running with my memory of the man.
Yep.
So up next we got. Wait, so you got Bulgarian, right?
Correct.
Okay, just making sure. Up next we got Jeremiah Wells versus Timba Garimbo. Who you going for, brother?
Man, everything inside me tells me not to go with Timba.
Every time you say that, the person who you say that about
dude.
wins.
I know. Everything inside me tells me not to go with him. But I think he's learned after taking that loss to Vicente Luque. And I think he's going to come back better, evolved, sharper, faster, stronger. And I think he's going to finish Jeremiah Wells.
Okay. I like that analysis because I'm taking Jeremiah Wells.
Yep.
And Timber Garimbo's a great fighter. It's nothing to take against him. I just see this as a very close fight. And with it being such a close fight, I'm picking the wrestler over the striker.
100%. I don't blame you.
That's just how my mind.
Everything in all of my instincts are saying, do not go with Timba. Go with Jeremiah.
Mark my words. Because he said that, Timber Garimbo's going to go out there and knock him out in 2 minutes in the first round.
Mark my words. I will say this about every opponent or every single one of these fights from now on.
If that happens.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Up next, we got Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Ante Delia. And, dude, I'm excited about Ante Delia, man.
Give me Ante.
Give me Ante for sure.
Auntie.
Yeah, Ante Deli.
Yeah, that's him.
Auntie. Bro, I mean, him and Tom Aspinall are really good friends. Tom Aspinall has stated in the past that if Ante ever wants to fight for the belt, Tom will vacate the belt. Dana White hates this.
Oh, yeah.
But either way, Ante Delia is a force to be reckoned with in the UFC. He's here. He's new to the UFC. And he's not the youngest guy, so he's got something to prove against Mr. Waldo Cortez Acosta, who is relatively young in the UFC and a rising up-and-coming marauder.
Can we speak about that for a minute?
Of course we can.
I'd like to speak about Tom Aspinall not wanting to fight Ante. Here's the thing. In my opinion, I don't think Tom should go to boxing. I think that's a solid way to lose a fight or 2 or 3 real quick, and maybe you make some money.
Dude, it's literally the Francis Ngannou route.
Yeah. I mean, it literally is. And, you know, man, here's the thing, man. I feel like build your star power up at the UFC first at least.
That didn't even work for Francis, though.
No, but it worked for his bank account.
Yeah, for now. But now what's he going to do?
He doesn't need to do anything now. Now he's got freaking $100 and something odd million in the bank.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't think that shit lasts as long as you think it does. More money, more problems, son. More money you have, more money you spend.
Bro, you don't know what I would do if I had $100 million? I'd live in the dopest double wide you ever fucking saw, dude.
I would like to think I would change nothing about my life, except just having a little more fun.
Yeah, I'd have a nice pickup truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. A 1997 or 1998 GMC Sierra Z71 four-wheel drive pickup truck. That's what I'd have, but I'd just have it gone through it and just everything was brand new. It'd be sparkling. It'd be nice. Have a winch on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Diamond plate toolbox. Yep.
Yep.
That's what I'd want.
Mm-hmm.
And some chickens.
Chickens.
Yep. And a nice studio for recording these podcasts. Nice John boat.
Well, regardless, Francis Ngannou basically ended his own career. I mean, he kind of committed suicide with it. I mean, he took the big payday and he just decided he was going to ride off into the sunset, and that's what he did. But I mean, his excitement and star power is kind of running low at this point. If he came back to the UFC tomorrow, I really wouldn't be super
Oh, I'd be super
It'd be
excited
cool
to see him versus Tom Aspinall or him versus John Jones. That's about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm kind of agreeing with you, kind of not, but I understand exactly what you're saying. I'm just saying, me personally, my opinion is if he came back, there's 2 fights I want to see and probably nothing more. You know, that's it. But he is getting up there in age,
I was
dude.
gonna say it's probably what he's got left in him.
Yeah.
When you're talking about these high level fights that take a lot out of you, man. He's probably only got a couple of them.
I've been hearing that they're gonna do Deontay Wilder versus Francis Ngannou if Deontay Wilder wins his next bout against what's that? The short, fat dude's name, the Spanish guy.
Anthony Ruiz.
Yeah. Andy Ruiz.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, if he beats him,
Dude,
I've been hearing that they're gonna do Francis Ngannou versus Deontay Wilder.
That's gonna be Francis versus Joshua all over again. I think I think Deontay Wilder's gonna go out there and piece him up, dude, with a nice long jab and knock his ass out with it.
I feel like Deontay Wilder's kind of the Francis Ngannou of boxing.
Really?
Yeah, in my opinion.
Interesting.
Well, let's get this main event, brother.
Yeah, we
We've
got
been
one
beating
card
around the
left.
bush,
We
dude.
got one fight left on this card. So up next we got Steve Garcia versus David Onama. I'm going for Steve Garcia on this one. David Onama is a good fighter, and this is a pretty close matchup. But I think Steve is just a little more of the wiser fighter. I think he's got a little bit more experience in there, and I think it's going to show.
Dude, David Onama's a scary dude.
He is.
I feel like he could chin Steve. Steve's going to have to be on his A game during this fight. I'm also running with Steve Garcia, but I will say this. David Onama is not the guy to be playing games with, dude.
Lightning fast.
Better be on your stuff, dude. And when I say on your stuff, you better be taking this dude down and trying to submit this dude right away, Steve. And if you can't, you better keep him down there and just start welling shots when you can, bud, because I've just got a bad feeling for old Steve Garcia. Dude, I'm running with him. You know? I'm running with him. But, yeah, David Onama, not the guy to play with.
Not the guy to play with.
Well, that was our picks. Why don't we talk about a little thing that you was talking about earlier about PFL? You want to talk about that?
All right. Yeah, let's get into some PFL. So I want to be a fan of PFL so bad, but the amount that they try to portray it as like an NFL of fighting is cringe, first of all. Second of all,
Fact.
I hate the production.
Fact.
That also goes into the NFL cringe thing. I hate the point system.
Fact.
You want to like it because there's such good fighters in there. But, like, I'll be at Ale House, all right? Carolina Ale House or something. And there's a freaking Gracie fighting on the TV. And it's PFL. And so I sit down. I'm pumped. I'm like, all right, cool. There's a Gracie fighting. So I'm going to watch it. And then I realize, like, I am not enjoying this at all. I don't like the cameras. I don't like the production. I don't like the pointing, the points. I don't like a lot about it. And I want to like it so bad because y'all are getting some sick fighters. Y'all are putting on a lot of fights. You present yourselves nicely. I mean, I like the PFL logo. I like how you guys are presenting yourself. But do better. Come on. Like, take some notes from the UFC or something. Because, like, damn, man. I want to watch it, but I cannot stand to watch it. Get rid of the tournament style shit. Let's get back to the basics, okay? Let's get some fights going on here. What do you got to say about it, dog?
Dude, we just had your first rant.
We did, didn't we?
Man, you told me not to yell during this because it's late.
It was a very mild rant.
It was a very mild
Yeah,
rant.
I didn't raise my voice too much.
But you went in.
It was like the cat peed and I got mad. It was kind of like that.
Fucking cats, dude.
Like, come on. I just,
Yeah. You did.
Yeah.
And you just went there.
Did I say it all? I mean, did I sum it all up? Or you got anything to add to that?
Yeah, the live event sucked too.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I've been to the live event in Nashville. The meet and greets are sick. That's it.
Because there's
That's
not
all.
long lines? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to shit on y'all,
There was
bro.
actually a good bit of people there, if I'm being fair. It was they do the half arenas like Bare Knuckle used to do. It looks like they're doing full arenas now, but they do like the half arenas, so half of the Coliseum in Nashville I don't know how many people that is, but it was quite a bit. What else? Oh yeah, no timer. Nobody knew where we were in the fights because there was no timer. It was non-existent. The screens were just two projectors that were shining onto the wall on like a whiteboard type thing. Seemed kind of white trash. The fighters did their jobs, but I don't know. That was about it. Don Davis, who's no longer the CEO of PFL, I was screaming at him the entire night until I lost my voice. And then the two drunken frat dudes that were behind us, I employed them to start screaming at Don Davis. And he hurt us a lot, I promise you. And all I was trying to do was tell him how to make his shit better. I was just trying to tell him how to make the fights fun, how to make the environment better, how to make the atmosphere more enjoyable for the fans. They seem to not like the ideas of having a fun, enjoyable, better experience. And now his fucking ass is canned. So, well, that one, Don. That's how I was saying his name.
Don.
He heard me say it too. Don. So how about that one, Don?
Well, that pretty much sums up the PFL. I mean,
yeah, the World Series of Fighting was fun. They bought that. And then dude, listen, they've got good fights every now and again. But like the tournament series is boring. It's stupid to keep up with. And just put on the biggest, best cards you can. And that's it. Quit with this, oh, we're the greatest this, we're the greatest that. You're fucking not. Okay? Put on, all right, here you go, PFL. If you want to change the way people see you, go from we put on the best fights in the world to the best fights that we can. No, that's serious.
It's accurate.
People enjoy honesty. People enjoy transparency. People will be more inclined to be like, all right, well, fuck yeah, I can respect that. Also, say, if you don't want to say that, say we put on the most fun events that we can. And just do that. Just put on the fun fights that people want to see. You go and get fighter from the red corner, the coolest one you can find. Against fighter from the blue corner, the coolest one you can find. Have those dudes go fight. Okay, the co-main event, same thing. The feature fight, same thing. Boom, 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 all the way to the first fight of the night. And then just do every single fight card like that. It's not hard. At all.
it's not. It's not hard.
The tournament sucks. We don't like watching the tournaments anymore. We never did. The idea of a tournament's cool if it's rare. You do one every year and nobody knows who the real champion is because you get the tournament champion and sometimes he's the actual champion but sometimes not and it's like, well, who's what? It's hard to keep up with, bro. It really is.
It is.
We're sick of it. If you really want to turn that shit around, drop the tournaments. Instead of being the best there ever was, be the funnest that we can be, and maybe put a fucking timer up on the whiteboards that you're using for screens.
Yeah. Get my boy a timer.
I'd love a timer. It's not much to ask.
It's not.
It's not. Other than that, I mean, it was an enjoyable time.
Good.
Yep, we had a good time in Nashville.
Glad to hear it.
Sure
I believe that concludes our discussion for the day.
Brian Battle's going to fight in a minute, so we're going to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, we are. Boys out.
Peace.